Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, we are talking about Darklord Eldlich once again. This is because of the new festival that has just come around with the Extra Zero, aka No Extra Deck Festival. I've already mentioned this in my previous video with the pure Darklord variant of this extra deck reliant, or no extra deck reliant festival, and this is the what I would consider to be the better version of the deck. Reason being is pretty simple. Eldlich really allows you to see the powerful Darklord cards such as Contact, Banishment, etc., while also being able to get them into the grave pretty effectively. And it's just a little bit more streamlined, I will say. But yeah, let's just hop into the card by card and we'll explain the deck. We're playing 1 Ukobak and 2 Indulged. Realistically, we don't... Yeah, we just needed cards to cut somewhere. I mean, well, I could also cut the Forbidden Droplet. It, like, never came up that I had Forbidden Droplet. So, yeah, you probably cut this. In fact, I would say play more back row hate or hate specifically for Flunder decks. Those are the two things. But yeah. Moving on. We have 1 Amdusk, 1 Nastin for our Darklord heavy hands, or just to get him off of things like a Morningstar. We have the 1 Superbia cut down to 1 because we don't want to see it off of something like a Reasoning, and it's just not really worth it most of the time. And you can send it off of an Ukobak, you can send it off of a Foolish Burial, you can send it off, or like you can search it off of an Ixchel, you can send it off of Ixchel. There's a lot of things that you can do to just get it into the grave. We have 1 Nurgle. Realistically, this one could also be cut. The Pierce effect doesn't come up often. It mostly was just a dead card. Yeah, so there's that. And we don't really need additional help to close out games. The point of the Eldlich engine is to slow the game down. The point of the Darklord engine is to win games. So you'd think Nurgle would be good because of the piercing, but in all honesty, it didn't really come up all that often. We have 1 Tez to protect us. We have triple Ixchel. We have the 1 Morningstar, and that's it for the Darklords. And then we have the 2 Golden Lord. That's all of our monsters. For the spells and traps, we have the 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, the 1 Foolish Burial, triple Reasoning. Reasoning is absolutely crazy. It's a little bit worse in this deck because you are playing a lot more 10s. So if they happen to call 10, you're a lot more likely to hit a level 10, and then you're sad. Or if you're me, you just will always hit Morningstar, and you're really sad. We have triple Banishment, triple Contact, pretty standard. The 2 Cursed Eldland, this card's crazy. We have the 2 Twin Twister, just more back row removal. 2 Called By, and 2 Droplet. Again, Droplet could probably be cut, make it a little bit more streamlined, and have less dead cards. In all honesty, I'm surprised that this card just, like, never came up. It's not very good against Flunder, which is surprising. But yeah, it's like, I never really needed this when I was playing against, or I never really had this when I was playing against Flunder, unless I was going first, and like, they just didn't get a play anyway. Moving on, we are playing 1 each of all of the Darklord traps, except for the Fusion trap. So 1 Rebellion, 1 Enchantment, and 1 Sanctified. We are playing triple Eldlixir of Scarlet Sanguine. I considered playing an additional, like, spell to get more Eldlich stuff, but we're playing the 1 Golden Land Forever, the triple Guardian of the Golden Land, the double Guardian of the Golden Land, double Hakero, and the 1 Conquistador. Hakero's nice, but again, for this event, I didn't feel like it was as powerful, whereas the Guardian is very nice because it can protect your monsters a little bit more, so I figured that's a little bit better. But both of them are just kind of here as things to send so that you can get Scarlet Sanguine into rotation. That's basically it. Obviously, Conquistador is crazy. Obviously, Golden Land Forever is nice. And yeah, basically the Eldlich stuff is just to help you survive until you get to the Darklord stuff. So that's the deck. Let's hop into the replays and see how this deck performs. Before we get on to the rest of the video, did you know that 70% of the people who watch my content aren't subscribed? If you end up liking the content, consider subscribing. You can always unsubscribe later if you end up not liking it. Anyway, let's get on to the rest of the video. Alright, and here we are in our first duel, going first. And we drew not only Eldlich, but also Ixchel. Kind of funny. So we're going to start off with the banishment here in order to search out the Superbia. Because my opponent didn't Ash Blossom me, we're going to be able to go off with this, since we also drew the contact. So we're going to bring the Superbia back. Superbia is going to target the Ixchel and bring that back. Then we are going to normal summon the Indulged. Now, this does lock us into fairies, which means we can't use the Eldlich of the Golden Lord. But that's honestly not that big of a deal because we get all of our Darklord stuff online. So we're going to activate the Darklord Ixchel in order to add the Rebellion. And then we're going to set to and pass. I keep the Twister in hand just in case I do need it for back row removal. And we are playing against Witchcrafter, so, okay, pretty interesting. I'm actually going to immediately pop the Genny, because if I don't, the Buy Street is going to act as a deterrent for that. So, yeah, I kind of just need to deal with the Genny that's on the field. So, anyway. We're going to, during the end phase, bring back the Indulged, activate the effect. We give him an Amdusk, it's just like the best one, and we're going to add the Morning Star here. I draw a Harpy's Feather Duster. I don't really need additional back row removal, but I'll take it. They are going to activate their Forbidden Droplet, and here I didn't really have a good option here, but I activate the Darklord Rebellion, since they're not really negating anything, and I'm going to Amdusk, or I'm going to pop the Amdusk. Now, realistically, should I have done this? No, because I have Morning Star, so there's no real point in doing that. I could just gain the advantage off of the Morning Star. I can, tribute off the two monsters that they end up negating. Morning Star effect, yada yada. But instead, I decide I'm going to be dumb, and I'm going to clear not only their entire board, but also clear all of the options for a Morning Star here. So there's that. But we do get to go for Eldlich here. We get to special summon out the Eldlich as well, and then we are going to tribute for the Morning Star. We're going to activate the Morning Star. We're going to mill some cards. We did actually end up milling a Eldlixir, which allows us to grab Conquistador, and we're going to attack in for quite a bit of damage. We're also going to banish the Hakero in the end phase to grab the Eldlixir of Scarlet Sanguine. We still have Tez as well, which is very nice. Down comes the Shmieta. We're going to pop the Shmieta. Realistically, should I have done this? No, I should have saved this for a Vere or a Hain. Those are the two things. Even Hain is, like, not that big of a deal. I really should have only saved this for a Vere. Don't know why I didn't. That's very dumb of me, but okay. They're going to send Creation. They're going to add Creation to the hand. And then they are going to, they're going to use the effect of Creation by banishing the Genny in order to add Vere to hand. Vere is now going to be special summoned off of the effect of Unveiling. I don't play this card because it's a bricky card, and they do. So there's that. They're going to special summon out the Madame Vere. If they have a spell in hand, I cannot deal with this. So they most likely have a spell in hand, so there's that. I draw Sanctified, which actually is pretty good here. We're going to also equip the Golden Land Forever. And we're going to mill 2 more cards, which are dead. They're going to reveal the spell in hand, and I'm going to be like, okay, pass the turn. I'm going to set the Golden Lord in case they have something for me. They're going to go for the Creation here. They're going to add back Creation to the hand after activating Patronus' Graveyard effect. They're going to add to their hand a Shmieta. That's fine. And then they go into a really interesting choice. They decide to go into Golem Aruru here. Why? I don't know. But they do. They're going to add to their hand the Magician's Left Hand, which negates a trap. So I can basically only use one of these trap effects, but that's okay. So they're going to add to their hand the Holiday and then the Unveiling during the end phase. So, real quick, Buy Street does not allow them to be destroyed by battle once per turn. They have 3 spells in hand. We know that they have 3 spells in hand because we saw one of them was Collaboration, and then we know the Unveiling, and we know the other one, the Holiday. So we know those 3. They have a Trap Negation, just the first trap though, and they have a Golem Aruru, so if we target them, they can bounce a card back with the Aruru. So there's that. We draw Contact for turn, which, interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tribute summon the Tez. Reason being, we can actually use the effect of our Golden Lord in order to bring it back onto the field, or we just add it to the hand and not special summon it. Then, with the spell that we have in hand, we can actually just send the Madame Vere to the graveyard. They're going to activate their Madame Vere to negate everything. I activate the Sanctified here. Realistically, I should have activated the Ixchel first, and then activated the Sanctified, but it doesn't end up mattering because we have lethal on board, and they don't have anything for us. They do get negated, but, like, who cares? They just attack, and that's game. Good game. Now, this is the first festival where it's actually felt like Witchcrafter has been an actual meta option. Because, yeah, there's no extra deck. Why not play Witchcrafter? They don't play an extra deck anyway. And look at this. We're playing against Floowandereeze, and they get to go first, uninterrupted. I literally have nothing that I can do to interact with them. Let's see how this goes. Alright, Floowandereeze is, normal Eaglin, normal Robina, search Barrier Statue, normal M-Pen, normal statue. Cool. I don't know. Like, who cares? They already have this, which is a massive problem. They have 2 set cards, and yeah, fantastic. No back row removal, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to start off with the Ixchel. We're going to search out the Ixchel. We are going to activate the effect of the said Ixchel. We're going to draw 2 cards. Hey, look at that. That is exactly what we need. Barrier Statue, goodbye. Let's drop the reasoning now that we can actually special summon something. They call level 10, and I go, okay, indulged, happy day. It's not Morningstar. Cool. You'd be surprised how many of my losses are because of that. Alright, we are going to set the Golden Guardian of the Golden Lord, or Golden Land. Now, I didn't activate the Indulged effect, because I can't, because I summoned it in attack position, and M-Pen negates face-up special summoned attack position monsters. While this tribute summon card is in your monster zone, your opponent cannot activate the effects of special summoned monsters they control in attack position. Why is this the effect? I don't know. M-Pen, leave me alone. Anyway, they're going to grab the Mega Ryza here. They're going to go for Robina. Robina is going to search out Stry. Stry is then going to banish the Golden Lord. Fantastic. And down comes the Mega Ryza. They are going to stack our deck with the Indulged, with the Hakero, and then they are going to also add to their hand the Eaglin. And then they are also going to return the Ryza to their hand. However, we still have contact, so we're going to contact, and then we are going to search. Just kidding, it's an imperm. Fine. I get it. I'll end my turn. Back to you. Now, we still have 2 card pops. We have the Darklord Rebellion, as well as the Scarlet Sanguine and the Conquistador combo. So we're going to pop some cards. We're going to start off with the popping of the map. And then we are going to special summon out the Eldlich, the Eldlich and the Conquistador to pop the Unexplored Winds. They're going to do their stuff. I don't care at this point. Like, who the frick cares? I'm going to play my other game. Out comes the Guardian of the Golden Land. The reason I do this, actually, is because I know that they searched out the Barrier Statue here. Right? No. Sorry, they searched out the Apex Avian. So I'm like, okay, if they have the Apex Avian, they could negate me. I don't want that to happen. I want to be able to get rid of this M-Pen and deal with it. So I'm going to use the Guardian effect to cut its attack to 0, basically taking it out of commission before they set up a negate. So yeah, that was the plan there. I'm like, okay, I have literally nothing that I can activate anymore. So yeah, go off, King. Oh no, my Eldlich is going to go and be stacked onto the top of my deck. Oh, heaven forbid. And then they activate map again. Now, the way that I did this was I waited for their map to activate, and then for it to, I waited for it to activate, and then for it to activate its effect. And then I popped it, which means they can't actually use it because it is a hard once per turn on its effect. So, yeah. That's why they activated the map and it didn't do anything. Oh no, I drew the Eldlich, the Golden Lord. Anyway, I'm going to draw Morningstar here. And then I'm going to Tribute Summon. And yes, this does activate map, heaven forbid. They get the normal summon. But I get to go Morningstar for 1, 2, 3. I could have summoned a 4th if I had room. Cool. So now we have just a whole bunch of big monsters. And let's be honest, how in the world does Robina and friends deal with this? Also, Mega Ryza targets, so Morningstar is sticking around. They're going to return. Look, now I have lethal on the field because they returned the Ryza to the hand. Had they kept the Ryza on field, they don't die this turn. But instead, they just choose to die. I don't know what their plan was. Like, I had lethal on board. And they're like, I'm going to put this Ryza back in my hand. Alright, I'll take the free win, dude. Cool, good game. Yeah. Good job, Flunder. Just activate Morningstar and you'll be fine, I promise. Now, I know not everyone is a fan of Flunder. In fact, most people hate Flunder, and yet it's the most played. I don't know how that works, but here is the other most hated deck of this format, or just in general, Eldlich. A lot of people hate Eldlich, and down comes the boy. However, we have a pretty Darklord heavy hand, and Darklords are significantly stronger against Eldlich than a lot of other decks for a wide variety of reasons, especially against two set cards. So, yeah, let's begin. So, we're going to activate the Darklord Eggshell in order to pitch the Superbia, and look at that, I drew a Golden Lord. So, we're going to send away the Golden Lord, and they are going to activate their Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine. To this, I'm like, but why? There's no point. Like, if this is a golden land, what do you get by activating this? And then I see that they summon out the Doom King Baylor-Drock, and I go, no, I'm still confused. This doesn't do anything. But okay. So we're going to special summon out the Superbia. Superbia is going to target the Eggshell and bring that back. Then we are going to go for the Banishment here in order to add the Morningstar. We're going to activate the Eggshell effect to search out Rebellion. And then we are going to activate the Amdusk effect in order to add back a Contact to our hand. But more importantly, to get Rebellion into the graveyard. So that we can use the Rebellion after special summoning off of Morningstar to pop a card. So we're going to special summon out the Nurgle. We're going to activate the effect of our Morningstar. We actually send a Scarlet Sanguine because I'm just the greatest duelist of all time. And yeah, there's that. We're going to set the Conquistador. We're going to activate the Nurgle effect. We are going to special summon out the Amdusk. Amdusk effect is going to pop the Doom King Baylor-Drock. Then I'm going to set the Contact that we just added back to hand to special summon out the Eldlich, the Golden Lord, and that is well over lethal. Okay, not well over, but it's lethal. There you go. Yep. I don't know what that set card was. No idea. I don't know why they didn't activate it. I don't know what was going on there. Alright, and here we are in the next game with more of an Eldlich-focused hand. Kinda. Anyway, we're going to activate the Eggshell effect, and we are going to draw two, and look at that. We drew double Banishment. Sure. We're going to grab up our Contact here, and then I'm going to activate the Eldlich here. One, to get the Eldlich stuff into rotation, we get we send a land to the graveyard off of the Cursed Eldland, and then we get a Scarlet Sanguine into rotation, but it also gets the second Banishment into rotation as well. So that is the plan there. And we can't go for Indulged until we do the Eldlich stuff, because we're locked into fairies after going for Indulged. So we're going to activate our Contact, and we are going to bring back the Eggshell. Eggshell is then going to search out Rebellion. And then we are going to set the Rebellion and send it to the graveyard for the Golden Lord. Having the Golden Lord be indestructible, 38 is very strong, just in general. And now we can do the Indulge, so we're going to give them the Uku back and add the Tez. We're then going to have, we have the Guardian, we have the Elixir, we have Insane Follow-Up in the grave, as well as Rebellion and Enchantment in grave. And I mean, just a whole bunch of other stuff. We have Tez in hand. This is a very solid setup. And down comes the Pot of Duality, meaning, of course, we're playing against Robina and friends. Alright, down comes Robina. They're going to search out the Eaglen. Down comes the Eaglen. They're going to activate Book of Moon to set our Eldlich. Okay, sure. They add a really weird card for them. They add Bird of Sovereignty, or Ancestry. This card's really weird, but if you tribute summon this card using only wind monsters, you can target up to 2 monsters your opponent controls and return them to the hand. It's not terrible, but it's kind of weird. I don't know. Just never really see it play. But, okay. So, down comes the M-Pen. They're going to activate the effect of the M-Pen. I'm going to pop the M-Pen because I don't want them to be able to tribute summon another monster. Seeing as how they did end up searching out the Bird of Ancestry, I was like, okay, I don't want another tribute summon. Something like an Apex Avian, or a Ryza, or a whatever this is. They're going to be detrimental, so I'm going to pop the M-Pen so that they have to special summon, normal summon a smaller monster. So that's the plan. And they add back the Robina, add the Dreaming Down, and then they normal the Robina. And yeah, I realize that was the right call. Popping that M-Pen was a fantastic play. And now I realize why they used Book of Moon to set the Eldlich. They can Raigeki us, and the Eldlich goes away. However, we have Tez, so I don't care. They activate map here, and yeah, that's the end of the game. Not really. They probably could have done some stuff. They had Dreaming Town, so there was... I'm sure... Actually, no. Now that I think about it, they probably didn't have anything. Anyway. So yeah, that's the deck. I mean, I'm surprised with how well this deck does. I would say that this deck is probably top tier in this format, which is surprising, because it's Darklords. But the Eldlich stuff really does help it a lot, and the fact that we don't have to deal with extra deck monsters, such as, you know, Halqifibrax, or Colossus, or something like that just totally shuts down the deck, is very helpful. So yeah, all in all, I think this deck is great. I had a lot of fun playing it. It was very strong, while also having Darklords. And it wasn't playing any, like, obnoxious cards that are not fun to play against. Sure, the Eldlich stuff is annoying, but in all honesty, it's not that difficult to deal with. It's just like a constant resource loop. You just run them out of cards, or, you know, you just are able to punch big enough and you're fine. So yeah, that's it for the deck. I hope that you guys did indeed enjoy. If you did, I like this very much, so appreciate it. And if you want to check out more content like this, as well as more Yu-Gi-Oh, then just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye.